Hi guys, this is Vishal here from DrapCode. So in this video, we will understand how to send data to an external data source or to an external API without storing it, right? So let's say we are using DrapCode as a front-end builder and we are using some database backend like Superbase or Xano, Firebase, Airtable, where we want to take the data from a form and send it to those external data sources. We are not persisting anything. Everything is happening. So DrapCode is being used as a front-end builder. So let's see how that can be done. So one option is you create a form and send that form directly to there. Other option is you create a collection, maybe a non-persisted collection, and then send it data. The advantage of non-persisted collection creation is that it creates the collection form for you, it creates the table for you, so you don't have to do it manually. Otherwise, it's a lot of manual effort. So once you have the structure schema defined, it is much easier to do it. And we have capabilities where you can just connect your tables, Xano, Superbase, and it creates the collection and fields, all these things for you without you doing anything else. Okay, so that is something which is in another video. But here for now, let's see how we take the data from a form, bind it to a collection, and send it to Xano or Airtable or any other data source without storing it or without persisting it. So we have a collection called project. Okay, so as of now, I think it is marked as persisted. So let's just change it to non-persisted. So we will not store anything. So it's a flag which basically tells whether we want to store data here or not. So I'll go to the configuration and I'll say it is not persisted. Okay, that's all. So it has a couple of fields, name, description. So these are helpful when you are creating a form, you are creating a table, so you don't have to create each field manually. So now what I'll do, I'll just go to a page and create a form, right? And we will take the data from that form and send it to Xano. So let's say for this example, let's use Xano. So you already have a Xano collection called project. It has three fields, name, description, status, and this is the API documentation. And let's say if you want to create a new project, you need to pass these three parameters, name, description, status. So we will see how we pass it using raw JSON, right? Since this is a straightforward schema, name, status, key value pair, so we will just use as a default JSON. If it is a complex schema, let's say if it is a complex JSON structure which is not straightforward key value pair, we have another way to do it, which we'll cover in the next video. So for now, let's go back here. Let's drop a collection form. I'll say collection is project. Since we have the collection created, although it is not persisted, so this is helpful to draw this form. Otherwise, you will have to drop all these fields manually. So as of now, we don't have an event. So let's go create an event. Before creating an event, let's create an external API. So external API is the module which we use to basically connect any REST API. So I'll say create external API. So let's say send data to Xano. Okay, or let's say create project on Xano. Create project on Xano. So let's see the documentation, the post call. And so I'll just copy the endpoint. So the API is not secured. If it's secured, you can just pass the access token here in the authorization header. So that is something which we'll cover in some other video. Okay, now we want to send the data. So we'll choose collection because the data is coming from collection. Which collection? It's from project collection, but the collection is not persisted, right? So you see it has already marked it as data from external source. That means data is coming from some source or somewhere and it is going directly. It is not getting persisted, right? Fetch data from external database. Okay, so this is a flag when we are using DrapCode as a front-end builder. We are not storing anything in the DrapCode local database or DrapCode MongoDB. So this is fine. Send data to collection project. Default JSON we will use. So it is expecting three fields. Name. So I'll say name. So here we are doing the mapping that whatever is coming from the form, map it so that it is get into the structure which Xano is expecting. Okay, so I'll say name. Description is description. So this could be some any field name in Xano. So you will have to give the exact name. So in your description, we just give in description. Here it is coming from description field. So these are the fields which we have defined in our collection, and these are the fields which Xano is expecting. So it can happen that the name could be different, but that is fine. We are giving the mapping. So when it will be pushed to Xano, it will be wrapped into the structure which it is expecting. And I'll say status. Status. That's all. So we are saying whenever this API gets called, this is the URL send the data which is coming from the collection which is not persisted and map it in this structure and send as default JSON, and that's all. Save. Okay, so now let's go create an event. So event will be very straightforward. We just say send the data to Xano. Okay, so let's say create project on Xano. Create. So here now we will not store anything because it is not persisted. So we'll just say send data to external API. Which API? Project on Xano. Okay, let's say Xano success message. I'll go back to my form and bind this event. So what we are saying, the event will just take the values from the form, wrap into the structure which Xano is expecting and send it to Xano. That's all. So I'll go to the collection form settings and select the event which is create project on Xano. That's all. Save it. Click preview. So now let's go and see what all data is there in Xano. So as of now, there are 2 projects. Okay, project 1, project 2. So let's go and create project 3. Project 3, some description, status, let's say test, priority and date. Since Xano has only 3 fields, so this will not make sense. In fact, we have also not done the mapping, so I can just ignore them, or you can remove it from the form or add it to Xano and add the mapping. So yeah, as of now, let's focus only on these 3 fields. So I'll just click submit. So as soon as I submit, it will call the API and send the data to Xano. Okay, so submit. Xano success. So this is the response which we have given, that okay, whenever this API is successful, give me this message. So I'll go here to Xano and see whether the data got created or not. So the data is here, which is project 3. If I go to DrapCode, obviously there won't be anything because we have not persisted anything, so nothing will come. Okay, so this is how you use REST API to send data, to build a full-fledged application on top of any external database such as Supabase, Firebase, Xano, Airtable, etc. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.